Hello folks, great to have you join me. Still learning English language with Uncle AY. So the last couple of days we'll be looking at the topic phrase under grammar, and we highlighted the very first type of phrase, which is the noun phrase to look at. And for the noun phrase, we'll be looking at the function of the noun phrase. The very first video had us talking about the subject of the verb as a function, as a very first function of the noun phrase. And then the video before this, we looked at the object of the verb. And right now we'll be concluding noun phrase with the complement of the subject, just like we have on the board here. Noun phrase as a complement of the subject. So what does complement here implies? First off, complement is a polysemic word. A polysemic word is a word that has diverse meaning, when a particular word has so many meaning. So in this context, what complement here means is that there's a group of words that completes a grammatical construction. It's a group of words that complete a grammatical construction in a sentence, and of course it identifies or describes the subject or the object in the sentence. So that said, we have our examples that have been reeled off on the board. So we're given the grammatical name as well as the functions. Okay, so this is the first sentence here. This is our very first sentence, and then it says, this is our next president. This is our next president. So let's find out what our grammatical name here is. Our grammatical name would be, obviously see a noun phrase, but what is the grammatical name here? This is our next president. So we have this to be a pronoun. The next thing after this is a verb. But then don't forget the definition of a phrase again. Group of words, not individual word. Group of words that is two and more, which must be devoid of the verb. So if you look at this is a pronoun. The next thing after this is a verb. So there's no way this would work. So we have to move past this. And of course, this right here is a pronoun. And this is an adjective in this context. President here is the noun. So this is our main noun. So what points to the noun? Our next president. So we have all of these acting as our grammatical name, noun phrase, that is. So let's put this down. So we have open quotation. We have our next president, end of quote, is the noun phrase. So the next thing is, what is the grammatical function? What is the function of this? And how do we put that down? So let's come back to the sentence again. This is our next president. So as a grammatical function, don't forget the clue here is complement. Complement of the subject. That is, it has to complement the subject. So what is this as our grammatical name complementing? Now, what is our subject again? I told us that a subject is always the performer or the doer of the action, and you have it always beginning the sentence. So in this case, we have this right here, which begins the sentence, acting as our subject. And of course, you can see what it is doing here, right? Subjecting the verb, the action is, right? So that's it. Our next president here complements the subject, this. That's the correct answer for the grammatical function. So we have it to be this way. Okay, let's use it. It functions, so we don't need this, as the complement of the subjects. So the subject in question here is this, end of quote. So that is our answer. So number two, we have the girls are my classmates. The girls are my classmates. So what is the grammatical name here? So our grammatical name here would be still the noun clause, but noun phrase, I beg your pardon. But what then is the noun phrase here? Noun phrase would be as a complement now, my classmates, because this right here is a verb. This is an auxiliary verb, a plural auxiliary verb. So my classmates is our complement. So what is it complementing? But let me affix it here as the grammatical name. So what we have here, open quotation, we have my classmates, end of quote, is the noun phrase, full stop. Then the next question is, what is its function? That is, what's the function of the already identified noun phrase in my classmates? So this is how we put it. It's, right? It functions as the complement of the subject of the subject. So the subject here would be the girls. That's our subject, the girls. The girls. Full stop. So that is all there is to a complement of the subject under noun phrase. So I'll see you in the next video. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment. And the next video will be talking about the adjectival phrase. Thank you for your attention.